soap and shampoo.
What's up,
During
my
the
friend?
pandemic, demand surged.
Just sitting here
Chemicals used to
walking
make the
around
fibers
talking.
and masks and PPE, chemicals
Talking
to
to
just
the
make
walls
stuff
in
in
the house.
general
Do
that
you
we
hear
were
the
ordering.
reflective
People had time
harmonics?
to do a lot of things like home
It's the
improvement
antenna.
that used a
I'll
lot
say
of
I didn't
chemicals,
tell you.
plastics, varnishes.
Holographic
But in a way, all
technology.
that demand
We got
back then
10G
was
jumping
borrowing
from a
from
fifth
demand
generation
today.
antenna.
And in the second half of last year,
10th
it all
generation
came
Wi-Fi.
crashing down. Chuck
Some
Venezia
people's
is Senior
houses,
Vice
I don't
President
have
of Chemical Markets at Argus.
The prices of some of the key commodity plastics, things to make pipes and buckets and housewares and
Just
things like
listening
that,
to something about
dropped 50 to
OpenAI.
60%.
Meanwhile, the price of oil used to make the
ChatGPT.
building blocks of many chemicals did not come
I was
crashing
thinking
down.
like,
So the margins in the
hey,
chemical
my friend,
industry really came to a screeching halt, and we've
I
been
want you to
bouncing
write me a
along the bottom
resume.
since then.
All the stuff
But
we've
one of the
been
big
doing
issues
lately.
has been
What would you
something
put
that
on my
much of
resume?
the rest of the economy has tried to put behind it.
You
David
put
Yankovitz leads the chemical practice at Deloitte.
all good
We're really
qualities,
seeing
all bad qualities,
unprecedented
or what?
levels of destocking.
Good and bad. Would you put a picture of me?
getting
How are
too
you going to
extra
write a resume
inventory,
for me?
not buying more stuff
Anyways.
because you already have too much on the shelves and in the warehouse. This is
Lot of
what retailers
chemicals.
like Target were complaining about last year. It has taken
Speaking of
time for that to
chemicals, you can wash your
cascade back
clothes
up
with
the
nano
supply chain.
silver.
There's a lot of
Pellets now.
steps that need to
Pretty
destock
cool.
along the way. And,
Antimicrobial, antibacterial.
ultimately, the chemical industry, if you will, is the
The
last
biggest
stop.
export is chemicals.
On the bright
they
side,
say.
economists say the worst may well be over, and there are big opportunities
He's a
on the
face
horizon.
jammer.
As the U.S. moves
Speech
to greener
jammer.
energy, it'll need chemicals to do it.
Here's
In New
the
York,
thing,
Sabrina
guys.
Benashore for
I was
Marketplace.
just thinking about this. I want to go in business with Google, Microsoft. I'm going to start a gang
Final
stalking
note on the
healing
way out
company.
today, a guy who didn't get quite as much press as his business partner, but
This
was
is what we're
just
going to do.
as
We're going to
instrumental
start
to
gang
the growth
stalking
of their
people, make
company.
sure they're fully
Berkshire
healed.
Hathaway announced this afternoon that Charlie Munger
Yeah,
has
we're
died.
just going to fully
Munger was
heal
99.
it. Hey, United
For
Nations.
60 of those years, he was a
Is there any
Warren Buffett
laws about
side as
that?
they
Am I
built
allowed to
Berkshire
just
Hathaway
remotely
into the
access people's
conglomerate
cell
it
phones and
is
stuff
today.
and create wormholes in their house and bring my technology to their house and heal them? Do you have any laws for that? It's pharmaceutical companies.
Marketplace is supported by Drexel
We
University,
just signed in
whose
a
model
big
of experiential
pharmaceutical.
education infuses academics
Biden
with real
was pressured
experience, yielding
to sign
impactful
into
results.
pharmaceuticals.
More at drexel.edu.
All right, we got to go. Here is your moment of economic
So
context.
that's my cyber
curiosity,
weapon of
really.
choice.
One share of Class A
My
Berkshire Hathaway stock at the
biological
close today.
technology of choice. I'm
Stock
going to
that
start
Munger
a
and
gang
Buffett famously
stalking
never split,
business.
down at 10%
People can call,
to
say, I want you to go heal this person.
$546,869.
Anywhere on the planet. ICC.
Our digital and
You care
on-demand
about
team
this?
includes Karen Barber, Dylan Mietten, and Janet Wynn, Olga Oxman, Ellen Robbins,
care about
Virginia K.
this?
Smith, and Tony Wagner. Francesca Levy is the executive director
Yeah.
of digital and on-demand.
They're just talking
I'm
about
Kyle
Sam
Risdall.
Altman,
We
too, and I
will
have some
see
crazy
you tomorrow,
thoughts
everybody.
about Sam Altman. He built this great technology, right?
This is 8 p.m.
Support for
GPT.
WESA comes from Steel. Information on Steel
And he got
dealers and products
shit
at
canned, just like I tell the artificial
STIHLUSA.com.
intelligence I speak to all the time.
Colorodo's booming
This is why nobody wants
population
you.
voted for gray wolves to
All
be
you do is run
reintroduced to the
around and want
state.
to play
Colorado
video
has
games.
changed, and some say the wolves don't stand a chance.
And
It
work.
doesn't really matter
We'll
whether
just say
you love
work
wolves or
for
hate
short
wolves, right? It's not
purposes.
about that.
And study
I don't think
ways
it's fair to the
for
species.
and study
I think
what
they're gonna be in
electromagnetics does to
constant
the human body.
conflict
Just
in
like an
this state.
AI research
Releasing
group
wolves
that's
in
researching
crowded
AI.
Colorado tomorrow
What do you
on
guys
Morning
think when
Edition
AI
with
does
NPR
this to a
News.
human?
Tomorrow morning
Heals
from
it,
5
heals
to
it.
10 on 90.5
Okay.
WESA.
Today's programming is supported by the Children's Institute, helping
Now,
families
anyways,
and
I was
children
just
with
thinking,
disabilities since
like, I was like, I don't
1902,
want you, I'm
including
going to shit
Albert
can you,
Hickman.
AI.
Albert's occupational and
just got
speech
shit canned.
therapies help him
Sam Altman.
communicate
The guy
and
that created
participate
you
in
got shit
activities
canned.
with his family. More at
And it only lasted for a day or two.
amazingkids.org/meet
And then they hired him back.
Albert.
This
Now,
is
here's what I was
90.5
thinking.
FM WESA and
If we're going to teach a
90.5
computer lesson
HD1.
board,
Pittsburgh's NPR news
AI
station,
research
streaming
boards,
at WESA.FM.
why didn't we just keep it
or tell your
5?
smart speaker to play
Let this be
WESA.
well, I seen him take video of himself. I think it was him with a cell phone in his hand showing his badge. Now, if
The
he would have
Israeli
cared about the
government and
products
the military
and the
are
machines he made, do you think he
saying
would
that
have
they
picked up
are
that cell phone?
absolutely determined
And started making
at
hate
the end
AI.
of the ceasefire
You know what
to
we
pick
did?
up
We can't
where
talk
they
about.
left
We
off.
did some fucked up shit.
But how do you
But hey,
wipe
I'm
out
still
Hamas?
here. I care about you. You think he
I'm
would have done
Sabrina
something like that?
Tavernisi. That's coming up on the Daily
Now,
from the New
it's
York
just a
Times.
machine, and I don't give a shit about it. Anybody that's
The Daily
there
is supported by
invested in it,
seed.
it's theirs
Seed's
anyway.
DS01
I don't care.
is a 24-strain,
With all
2-in-1
these
probiotic and
capabilities.
prebiotic,
Would you at least have
engineered
made
to
a
survive
video like, hey,
digestion,
AI,
support healthy
I'm
regularity, and
publicly
promote
posting
whole
this.
body
It's,
health?
I'm
Learn
gonna,
more at
since everyone knows me, I'm going to get all this
SVD.com/public.
notoriety.
Hear the stories shaping the world's conversation. You're listening to The Daily, produced by the New York Times.
Like, I could go on for a
Learn
while
more
about
at
this one. But you guys get the gist of it.
nytimes.com/thedaily.
Live from
Now,
NPR News
large
in
language
Washington,
models.
I'm Jack
The
Spear.
question
On the
is,
fifth day of an
where do you go
extended
now?
six-day
We
truce,
created a
Israel
large
has
language
released
model.
30
Where do we go?
Palestinian prisoners
What's the
and
difference between
detainees
artificial
in
general
exchange for 12
intelligence
hostages
and artificial
handed over by
generative
Hamas.
intelligence?
NPR's
What's up with
Elmer
the
Beardsley
synthetic
reports the truce
data?
is set to end
Right.
after Wednesday, but both
The
sides have
mirroring
expressed their hope
process.
for further extensions of the
The
pause.
Foreign Ministry of Qatar, which has mediated the pause in fighting,
The mirroring process, right?
tweeted that the
You see what this is?
prisoners released include
This is a training center for chatbots.
minors. It appears many of them
Excuse
were
me.
held for days or weeks and had
Should I
not
call
been
it a
charged
chatbot?
with
Did you see the big
crimes.
cock on the mantle?
Since the truce began 5 days ago,
See the big cock up there on the mantle?
foreign hostages have been released by Hamas. Israel has freed 180
Now,
Palestinians.
Since this is a training
Israel
center
has said
for
the truce
Agent
could be
AI,
prolonged further
whatever
if
else you
Hamas
guys
continues
do,
to free at least 10
LOL,
Israeli
what's after
hostages per
LOL?
day, but with fewer women and children still in captivity, that might mean freeing some Israeli men for the
What's
first
after the
time.
modalities?
Eleanor
What's
Beardsley,
after
NPR
the
News, Tel Aviv.
the
The chair of the
holograms?
powerful
And
House
where's
Oversight
Jeffrey
Committee
Hinton?
says an offer from Hunter Biden to
I
testify
want a
before
report from
Congress
Jeffrey Hinton
does
immediately.
not
Again,
satisfy a
I
subpoena
heard him on
sent
the
to him
radio
in an
once.
impeachment inquiry into his father, President Joe
And he
Biden.
was not
Representative James
used
Comer
as
of
a
Kentucky
what
saying
do they
today he
call that?
expects the president's son to fully
a
cooperate
mass
with the
weapon
demand
for
for a
deception,
closed-door interview. Hunter
a
Biden has
cyber
offered to
weapon,
testify
shall we call
publicly
it?
as Republicans pursue an
Right?
impeachment inquiry against
Okay,
his father.
Jeffrey Hinton,
That
where you
inquiry
at?
so
Talking about
far has failed
holograms
to
and neural
uncover
networks
any
of the human
evidence
brain.
directly linking Joe Biden to any wrongdoing.
AI
President
research
Biden,
team, you
meanwhile,
should feel
especially
bad
his
about
campaign,
yourself
are
for not
increasingly
talking
trying
about
to draw
that.
contrast with former President Donald Trump.
This is what I got to do.
First, Tamara Keith explains Biden said he expects Trump will be the GOP nominee.
I'm
Over
like
the
a
long
fish.
holiday weekend, when not a lot of people were paying attention,
Okay?
former
A big
President Trump
fish.
posted on his social media site
Like the
that he
Pink
was
Floyd
seriously
song,
looking for
Wish You Were
alternatives
Here.
to the Affordable Care
You
Act
make me
and
fart.
not giving up on repealing
That's pretty bad when your
Obamacare,
body
something he
functions get
failed to do
controlled.
while president. Well,
be healed.
President Biden wasn't about to let that
That's
go.
all we could do is heal people.
My
with this shit,
predecessors
huh?
once again
That's all we could do.
call for cuts that could ripple around health
Orgasms,
insurance
healing, and that's
for
it.
tens
Nothing
of
else.
millions
That's
of
why I'm going to
Americans.
start a
It
business.
is part of a larger strategy
healing
to
business.
drive coverage of what Trump
Since I
is
already
saying
got
out
the
on
G
the
code
campaign
to do
trail.
it.
Because Biden's
I got all the
campaign sees that
DNA to do it,
contrast
right?
benefiting the
I
president's
know I got the
re-election
magic
effort.
key.
Tamara Keith,
people are coming
NPR
for it.
News.
The powerful political network founded by
My
the
healing
conservative Koch brothers has
benefits.
announced it is endorsing former UN Ambassador Nikki
So I
Haley's
can just
presidential
remotely
bid.
access your
Americans
house
for Prosperity, saying it will commit its nationwide
and heal
group of
you.
activists and nearly bottomless
cyber
funds
weapons.
to help Haley in her
A
effort to
healing
beat former
cyber
President
weapon.
Trump in the contest for the Republican
Right.
nomination. Group maintains she has
And
the
you know
best
what?
chance of defeating
That kind of
Trump. On
constitutes
Wall Street,
a
that was up
cyber
83 points. This
weapon
is
without a
NPR.
need of a bio weapon, huh?
Authorities in Vermont
The cyber
say
weapon
they
becomes a
are still
bioweapon,
weighing whether or
doesn't
not
it?
the shooting of 3 college students
Right.
of Palestinian descent was
Right.
a hate crime. The victims all
You
shot
heard
and
the
wounded
radiation
Saturday while
propagating out of
walking
the
near the
radio
University of
being
Vermont.
amplified.
48-year-old Jason Eaton was arrested over the weekend and has pleaded not guilty to 3 counts of attempted murder. Over whether the shooting can be
Then
declared a hate crime depends on
just think of
complicated
the
factors,
nanobots
including
swimming.
motivation and proof beyond
So
reasonable
small you
doubt.
can't see them.
The
But when
Food
you
and
breathe,
Drug
they go in your
Administration
blood
is
and they go into your
investigating
brain.
the
Just think of them.
possibility a relatively new
Just
form of
right in
cancer
your
treatment
brain.
increases the risk for blood
Just
cancers
running in there and
later
healing
on.
you.
NPR's Rob Stein has the story.
The FDA says
This
it
is
has
serious
received
research,
reports that
team.
some patients who receive the
I
treatment
don't want to hear about
known as
fucking
CAR T
UFOs.
immunotherapy
We'll
later
be ready for
develop leukemia
UFOs
and lymphoma.
as soon as we're ready for this
CAR T
nano
therapy
shit.
has been one of the most
As
successful
soon as you guys
approaches to
fucking
treating
wake the
certain
people up,
cancers. The treatment
we'll be
involves
ready.
genetically modifying patients' immune cells to attack their cancers. But
Conscious
the
needs
FDA
raised.
says the treatment may
It
increase
needs
the risk of
raised.
developing
It's
new
still in,
cancers.
what do they call
Nevertheless,
that?
the FDA says the
Mob
overall
mentality.
benefits of the CAR T therapies outweigh the potential risks. Rob
Alright, I gotta
Stein,
go.
NPR News.
It appears crackdowns are taking place on more homeless encampments that have popped up in U.S. cities. That's according to records
Crackdowns.
obtained by the Associated Press, which show more attempts to clear the
Cracker.
encampments in big